Today on Mojave Underground TV, we're up at Jacob City. You'd never guess it today, but at one time over 300 people lived up this canyon, and it was home to 13 major producing mines. The young Jacob City grew up around the Hidden Treasure Mine, which started in 1865 and went on to become one of the largest producing mines in the state. Debate exists whether the mine behind me is the Utah Queen Mine or the Mono Tunnel. There's some big differences between these two mines. The Utah Queen Mine started in the 1880s, worked on and off for 20 years, and it produced a little over $6,000 in ore. The Mono Tunnel, on the other hand, started in the 1870s. It's got thousands of feet of workings and it produced over $1 million. Hopefully soon we'll find out which mine this actually is. I'm up here at the Kearsarge Mine, another major producer in Jacob City. This mine was worked vigorously from 1871 until 1880. With over 3,000 feet of workings, it produced over $1 million in ore. In fact, the world's largest silver nugget was discovered here at the time, and it was displayed at the World's Fair. This is the Hidden Treasure Mine, the largest producer in Jacob City. This mine produced $3 million worth of ore in the early days. Let's go on in and take a look around. Here we are in the Hidden Treasure Mine. I'm just coming in through the entrance here and the wind is howling out of this mine. This isn't the original entrance. The original entrance actually came out onto the tailings and it was closed by the state in the 1980s.
Whatever way works best for you.
No, anyway, works for me. I'm this monkey anyway.
There you go.
Work for just an air shaft, isn't it?
This behind me is actually an internal dam down inside of the mine. This was used for two different purposes. Purpose number one is for this dam to act as a reservoir to store water that they pumped from the lower workings of the mine. And purpose number two was they would reuse the water in their drills to keep the dust down. We're back here in the main hoist works of the Hidden Treasure Mine. Now how this worked is two big spools of cable would sit right here, and there was a motor mount over here, and the operator would actually sit back here and he would control the speeds of the incline cars. Now the cable would run up to a great big shiv wheel up here and then it would run down the incline, pull the incline cars up and down. When the incline cars got to the top, they'd dump into an ore bin over here, and from there they could be loaded up into the main train that went out the haulage tunnel. This is the main ore bin in the Hidden Treasure Mine. Now when we first started coming in this mine 5 years ago, it was in great shape. But you can see the importance of documenting and preserving these sites because quite a bit of the ore bin has actually fallen down since we first started coming in. This is the main Hidden Treasure Incline, where it all happened. You can see that this is a pretty intense slope. It's actually around 20 degrees, and by the end of the incline, about 2,000 feet down, it drops to about 85 degrees. This mine is massive, and some of the drifts down here contain minerals that are world-class. Azurite, smithsonite, malachite, and many more minerals can be found down in this mine. This is galena, a lead-silver compound. It's what they originally started mining here. Then later on, once all the easy veins were mined out, they switched to zinc, and it became a zinc producer. You may wonder why there's still some galena left in here. This is a pillar that they used to hold up the hanging wall of the mine. Now, unwise miners would remove these pillars, which put them in danger for a collapse. So we're gonna head on back to the Buckhorn connection now and see what we can see. This is a great example of some miners carbide riding. Now, how they would draw this is they would have their carbide lamp, which put out a little flame. They would take it off their hat, or even leave it on their hat, and they could ride on the wall with the soot. Now, they would do this for a variety of reasons. Sometimes they just wanted to sign their name, sometimes there was an achievement, or they wanted to keep track of their daily work, and sometimes just for fun. They'd draw pictures like this llama. The miners got creative with whatever they had at hand. Far above me is a natural vug, which is a cave-like structure and it's flowing water. So the miners took this tin and they created a series of drainages and pipes that feed down into this barrel. Then they could use the water for whatever they needed. This is the connection to the Buckhorn mine. Now this was a very important connection for a number of reasons. The first reason is that a connection like this allows a natural airflow through the mines, which would ventilate the bad air and the gases that were caused from the explosives. The second reason is that a winze like this provides an emergency exit in case there's a collapse at either portal. In the 1950s, there was an avalanche in Jacob City, and several people were killed and there were a lot of people that were injured. And so they actually came through the Buckhorn mine on the Ophir side and up through this very winze right here to provide relief for the people in Jacob City. Thank you for joining us today in Jacob City. Remember, explore safe and respect history. This has been Mojave Underground TV. It's hard to do in mud.
Hey, you know blinking.
That was pretty good.